they said that's what we were presented with by the Peaks and the party that was wanting to build a hotel. So there were a lot of questions and good questions that needed to be asked. We talked a lot about the railroad and the change that had to be made. But look, folks, at what point does a vision count for anything? We talked about this a lot yesterday, and Daniel Owen even quoted scripture saying in Proverbs, I want to say it was 17-something, but maybe it's one of my
Proverbs 20:17, buddy, I think is what he said. I'll look it up.
Goodness. Tom Schmidt's a biblical scholar that's coming right on it. And even he's saying, where there is no vision, people perish. So my question, I guess, is the people who voted against it, and maybe you have good reason, is what is your vision? What is your vision for our city? And I'm not seeing that. And someone said, the gentleman who opposed it, who owns hotels in this town, asked him, well, where were you 2 years ago when this was? And now people say, well, put out an IFB. Okay, we've just lost, in my mind, some local people who had a great concept, and they were great stakeholders in our community. They could have been great partners in our city. They'll never come back. They're done. And I don't blame them. They basically got a slap in the face for their efforts is what they got. Maybe they made some mistakes. Anyway, what really upsets us, those people who want it the best for all, is the fact that the people who want to sit back and criticize, oh, no, we don't want that. Where's your idea? Where's your vision? What are you doing about it?
Buddy, we were wrong. It's Proverbs 29:18. Excuse me, I want to correct that. 29:18.
And it says what?
It says, where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he.
Yeah, well, that's the second part of that. But the main thing is the Daniel point. And I think the key is vision here. Vision, vision, vision. It doesn't matter so much for my generation. Basically, our time has sort of passed us by. The vision we're talking about is for not the generation behind, but the generation behind them. My grandchildren, who don't even live here, by the way, their generation. So until we have some people who understand the necessity for vision and are willing to step up and lead, we're always going to be considered what people call a backwater town. Let's face it, folks. You want slow ocala? That's how you get it.
Couldn't agree more.
So anyway,
I got some cuts from that show yesterday, about 25 minutes worth, that we can replay if you'd like, so people can hear exactly the angst and the anger that was expressed yesterday by our political leaders.
Well, what it was explained to me, another person who was at that meeting, I've talked to 3 or 4 people who were, 2 things that came up about that meeting. And one of them was they were surprised at the various number of factions who all had an interest in doing in themselves wanting that money. One group from another part of the city said, we want that money. It's not your money. I mean, the Senate part of this thing, the CRA money goes to the people who paid this in. Now, you can argue the incentives of the other part, and I think they told us it's like $1 million that when you count it all up, it's a true incentives. But, I mean, that gets me because it's like we said, you know what? I don't want any more school teachers to get raises because I don't have any kids in school. Why should I want to give my money for that? Well, because it makes for a better community. And at what point are we going to start realizing that to make this thing work, to build a community, we have to not be so self-centered and so self-serving about what we want for us, me, my mind. So I don't know. This is what gets me. A lack of vision, inability to see the bigger picture in this. When you think about it, you wonder how we get anything done. Again, I appreciate those people who had questions, those people who wanted answers. Maybe, as someone said, we should have had more workshops on this. Although my experience, Tom, is the workshops, people don't come to them.
No.
There are a few people. The last one we had was a really good one was when Matt Power had about the signs and whatever thing and what ocala should look like, and that was pretty good, well attended. So, you don't get involved, you don't speak up, you deserve what you get. Coming up on the show today a little later on, I think we're going to get Cindy Nicholson roped into this in just a bit. She'll be joining us here for a second. She'll be stopping by for a second. Also, I don't know if Teddy Galls can break away today or not, but we're going to hear some of those cuts from yesterday in the second hour. And it is the way it was, Tom, is Throwback Thursday. You look at the format I sent you. It's a year that's been in the news a little bit because it was around the same era as the Cuba issue. Today we'll talk about the Cuban surprise announcement about Cuba and how they kept it so quiet. You ever know anybody, Tom, who traveled to Cuba and Havana before Castro took over in one of those last years that it was open?
1957?
No, 1959.
I know, but 1957, I had a very good, a very close family member. Oh, yeah, my dad, who went to Cuba for a 4-day weekend. He went Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Talked about how lavish the casinos were there, but they were run by the mobsters because the mobsters had been thrown out of Las Vegas, and they went to Cuba and opened casinos. But he talked about how it was a great time. He had a great 4 days. It was a great vacation. It was, of course, before he met my mother and everything, and he talks about how it was for his 37th birthday, and he talks about, his 27th birthday. He talks about the fun time he had in Cuba for 4 days.
The big hotels.
Stories is a bore. Yeah, the big hotels, casinos, high-rise hotels.
They used to have real great entertainment down there, the big names. And they had these big aquatic shows. And I know somebody who swam in one of those in 1959. She was told as she and her friend walked down the street, two blondes, by a cab driver, best you girls get back to the hotel, not be out here. That would be my wife, Joni, who was in Cuba in 1958 or 9. Saw that, and just before Batista was booted out, and Castro took over. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Was it good or bad? You hear both sides. What's your thoughts about that? We might be able to take a call or two perhaps today if it works out. People want to comment on Cuba. And the year we're going to go back to is a little bit after that. Tom, you look down in your format, you'll see the year and Throwback Thursday. So let's take a break. We're on the front porch of Cindy's front porch at Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood. Cindy will join us next right here.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account, plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey Checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
Being the Culligan Man is not easy because he works hard every day for you here in North Central Florida. Whether you need bottled water delivery for your office, a home water softener, or water infiltration system, the Culligan Man can help you. At Culligan, North Florida, we have dozens of softener and filtration options, along with a host of media tank sizes. Depending on the exact hardness and usage of your water, we determine the size of softener you're going to need. And if you're on city or well water in one of our local areas, the in-home water analysis is absolutely free. If your needs are for the home, call Ocala Water Conditioning, 352-291-5900. For home or business bottled water in Ocala, call Ocala Bottled Water, 352-291-5900. Culligan of North Florida, a proud sponsor of Florida State football, heard right here on WOCA, The Source.
My name is Bo Briggs. I'm a sixth-generation Ocalan. I practice law with my father at the Briggs Law Firm. Over the years, we've seen many changes to Ocala and many changes in our profession. What has not changed is our commitment to our clients. You will speak with and get to know your attorney. That will never change. A lawyer will personally handle your case, not a paralegal. So if you've been injured in an accident and would appreciate personal attention, you can reach us at 671-4600 or learn more at thebriggslawfirm.com.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Yes,
I
George.
did it again.
What now, George?
I have a secret code just like a spy, so I know where the climate control units are.
George, you're no spy. You have the secret, you have the code to Devon Self-Storage Climate Control Area, where you back the truck all the way in, and if you have any questions, you just call Devon Self-Storage at 873-0777.
Yeah, but I know where Devon Self Storage is.
Yes, across from Hobby Lobby on Highway 200.
Gee, Alice, are you a spy too?
Yes, George, yes.
Let's face it, nowadays it can be hard to find American-made products, and that's something that Cabinet Sales of North Florida is well aware of. That's why they're an authorized dealer of Wellborn Cabinetry, family-owned and American-made since 1961. Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your answer for complete turnkey kitchen remodels and whole-house cabinetry. Their cabinets are finished with solvent-based enamels for a long-lasting finish that's second to none. Available in an incredible selection of door styles and colors to choose from to turn your dream kitchen into a reality. In-house design and drawing services are available. Come by and see our displays for yourself at the Floors of the Villages, 3935 County Road 216 in Oxford, or Exquisite Design Kitchen and Bath in Bellevue, right across the street from the Bellevue Library. So whether you're looking for bookcases, kitchen, bath, or outdoor kitchen, Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your one-stop source of quality cabinets. For a free estimate, call 352-427-2647. That's 352-427-2647. Cabinet Sales of North Florida.
I'll go back to the Voice of Ocala live from the front porch. In fact, I have the person who the front porch is named after. Cindy, where's that flag? Cindy's front porch here. Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood. She joins us now. And let's see, what should we talk about? The weather, the food. You are one ticked off lady, aren't you?
I cannot believe Marion County. I'm beyond furious, upset, and disappointed with the council in this city that could not vote for a positive on a hotel and a parking garage. To shut it down and not even give Albert Peak and them a chance to come back and answer any questions is appalling. I think immediately we should have councilmen voted out and some new council voted in this year.
Maybe you should run.
I'm thinking about it. I'm purposely incorrect, but I say it like it is.
Well, maybe that's what we need.
Well, you know what? I have nothing to gain from it but wanting to see downtown thrive.
Yeah.
All the merchants down here. That's not just Mark's Steakhouse. It's all the merchants.
Yeah.
All the people coming to Marion County and seeing what we have to offer down on the square. And it's just darn heartful that they shut this thing down without even giving a little leeway of it all.
Now, how about those people who say, yeah, but you guys all downtown, you're all privileged people, and and most of the county doesn't really need that, and that doesn't help us any out here where we live, and why should we pay money for something that the merchants downtown are going to? I mean, you know how the thinking goes.
You know what? It helps all of Marion County. I don't care if you're building on 200 or downtown Marion County or Silver Springs Boulevard. It all is entwined together. And if we're successful down here, if we're thriving, everybody wins. Everybody is thrilled with the economy growing and people coming to this great town. And it's just darn heartful. All these years, 15 years I've been down here watching this square, and for 15 years I've been an advocate of a parking garage, and I've gotten nowhere. I can get $150 tickets for having an expired meter, but I can't freaking get a parking garage to the table to save our souls. If I'm a guest and I'm shopping, I'm never going to come back downtown. I don't care how much I spend at Gosh Jewelers if I go out and get a $20 parking ticket. It's ridiculous what our thought process is in how we're going to go forth in this downtown community. I go to Lakeland, I go to Gainesville. They have incredible downtown environments, one-stop shopping. You eat, you visit, you drink, you have so much fun, all on foot. Here, it's a frustration that never ends. And as a merchant, all of us are blue-collar people. I'm here 14 hours some days. I'm not privileged. I'm hard-working, trying to make a living and support myself, and it's just darn heartful that someone can sit at a council meeting who has no investment in downtown and choose to shut the door on such a bigger project.
We talked about that yesterday, and we brought up your name and said, Cindy, Elise, are you kidding me? Not that you're not a sharp lady, but you are a hard-working lady. You got a lot going on in your life, and you're balancing things. You're a working person.
I am.
And you look at the stakeholders here, across here, the people who've been here, the golf people, naturally, Teddy and the gang, even down to Harry's and so on and so forth, and the Marion Theater folks, what have you.
Yes.
And you think, all you can hope is that people get what is going on. You're trying to have a centerpiece for your community, and that has to be your downtown. When you see Light Up Ocala, and when you sit here and look across there at the square at Christmas time, you see the potential for what could be here in this town. But again, like Daniel Owen said, the former councilman said, he said, quoting the scripture, where there is no vision, people perish. And there's no vision among some of these people. Now, 2 council people did vote for it, and I'm not saying that maybe it shouldn't have been picked apart more. Maybe it should have been more workshopped. Maybe we should have gone on both sides. But the bottom line was a lot of information, a lot of misinformation, and quite frankly, the message didn't seem to get out, did it?
It did not. It did not. And the ones that voted no, shame on y'all. You didn't even leave the table open to come back and finish giving you the questions answered, researching more if you wanted more research on this. It's supposed to be a vision. It's supposed to happen. I'd like to see it happen before I perish someday. I'd like to see it in my child's life while she's still living in Marion County. It's just heartful all the way around that you have someone so well respected as Albert Peake, his son Bryce, come to the table really with a great vision, really with putting everything forth, and then have it shut down in all of them. They were devastated, and I felt so heartfelt devastated with them.
Now, speaking of Danny, I mean, if she wants to come back, it's particularly those kind of people we should think about. Do they want to come back here? And if I'm Danny, I'm looking at this saying, I don't know about Ocala, Maybe I need to go down the road someplace.
The new generation, she's 19.
Yeah.
Her generation, when she finishes med school, our goal is to have a practice here, to have her medical practice in Marion County where she grew up and loved. But my goodness, there should be some growth going on here. And a hotel downtown, it would put us on the map. It would become the destination of downtown. When you sit here at night, look at Light Up Ocala's lights, it's a stunning view. It makes you want to stay down here all night and visit with all of these people. And where people come, more people come. It's just a fact. You go to the mall's packed. Nobody cares where they park because they're there all day, but they're not getting tickets for being there all day. Here, you have to constantly get in your car, shifted, or run to a meter. That's ridiculous.
So what do you think? I talked to the council. I talked to John McLeod yesterday and also the mayor after the show. And, after the meeting was over, Councilman McLeod said, so I want to move forward on a parking garage anyway. Is everybody for it? And they all said in a group, yeah, they all said they were.
So why did they speak up that night?
That's a good question.
Why did they speak up that night and say, wait a minute, I'm not for cabling this. I'm for making
why did they shut it down? Why wasn't there something they could do to keep it open and revisit? I mean, I think it should be revisited. But at least, look, okay, maybe the parking garage in the hotel should have been separate. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's too much at one time. But we need the parking garage is something we've been talking about for 50 years here.
Yep. And we still aren't to the table with it. And to throw the hotel in the pod, they go hand in hand. I watched Gainesville put their hotel up.
And you have a business in Gainesville.
Yes, thriving, doing wonderful. How much incredible it is to go there and visit and see a hotel thriving and all the shops around it moving.
You two don't get it. You two don't get it. You two don't get it. We're small town America. We want to stay that way. What's the problem with you forward-thinking people?
Shame. They need to move out of town. I am really just, and I have no political interest and have to say, but as a person in Marion County who pays my taxes, who works diligently hard in giving a great product out there, I find it appalling that there's people on that council that said flat out no. They should be voted out immediately and put people in place that want to see a vision of downtown, that want to ask the proper questions, that want to leave that gray area and say, hey, we'll revisit this in 30 days, come back with these 3 things that we need direct answers on or more funding involved. But it's just shameful to think that one person can dominate the hotels in this town and think it's a monopoly. It's America. For God's sakes, we should all be able to succeed in this community. It would be like me saying no more steakhouses. How ridiculous is that? I'm all for more competition, more things coming to this community.
Cindy Nicholson, telling it like it is. All right, we got 30 seconds or less. What should we do next?
I think the community needs to reach out to the mayor himself directly, email, text messages, phone calls, and demand this come back on the format. Come back to the table again, to the council meeting.
Here's a text I just got from a friend here. It says, not having a downtown hotel with meeting space eliminates Ocala from consideration of anything. Our first criteria is a nice venue with a walk-through restaurant shopping. I know of 3 major national companies that won't even consider Ocala because of this. I attend 6 to 8 meetings in Florida every year, with half the attendees driving through Ocala to get there. Sad.
And that's sad. I agree. I absolutely agree. And my background is hotel, so I fully get it.
Yeah. So this comes from our listener, Todd. So there you go. That's all we got. All right, Sandy. Calm down. You got to work today, okay? Well, catch you later. Thank you, Cindy Nicholson from Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood. So stay tuned. Thank you. Coming back on the other side, we'll be talking and revisiting some of those sound bites from yesterday. Stay tuned to the Voice of Ocala.
1970 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
Located next door to Silver Spring State Park and a few minutes from historic downtown Ocala, our award-winning Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites of Silver Springs is the place to stay for a friendly, memorable, and fun experience. Enjoy our fast and free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and free parking. Whether you're in town for work or play, our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. That's the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Silver Springs.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball on WOCA The Source.
Imagine yourself in a quaint bistro right in the heart of a charming French village about to indulge in real French cuisine. Located in beautiful, vibrant downtown Ocala, La Cuisine offers authentic French cuisine and wine from an award-winning menu. Patrice and Elodie moved to Ocala in 2009 because they fell in love with it. And you're going to fall in love with La Cuisine if you haven't already. La Cuisine offers a quick bite for lunch or a leisurely dinner in a comfortable and relaxed setting. So call La Cuisine of Ocala today at 352-433-2570. It's like a direct call to Paris.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The White House treating the hacking of Sony as a serious national security matter.
There is evidence to indicate that we have seen destructive activity with malicious intent that was initiated by a sophisticated actor.
White House spokesperson Josh Earnest, Sony pulling its $40 million comedy poking fun at North Korea's leader. More of our troops are heading to Iraq.
About 1,500 service members will deploy over the next couple of weeks.
They will serve in non-combat roles to support additional advise and assist requirements and the building partner capacity effort.
Army Lieutenant General James Terry says the targeted airstrikes have ISIS playing defense, but he cautioned it'll take at least 3 years to reach a turning point in the battle.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. A Wisconsin judge ruling one of the 2 girls accused in the so-called Slender Man stabbings is competent to stand trial. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Attention men, are you urinating often, waking at night to urinate? We want to send you a free bottle of Super Beta Prostate, made with a natural ingredient that supports healthy urine flow, bladder emptying, and is shown to reduce waking at night from the urge to urinate. You can try Super Beta Prostate free, only pay shipping and handling. This free giveaway is available while supplies last. For details, just call 800-206-5750. That's 800-206-5750. Call 800-206-5750. 5750.
I can't wait to give you your gift.
Me too. And I don't want to brag, but it's perfect. Like 4 million pixels perfect.
You got me a Samsung Galaxy Tab S? I thought we had a price limit.
It was on sale. I'm sure your gift is great too. It's not like you got me a candle or something.
Me? Nah.
Get $50 off the 10.5-inch Samsung Galaxy Tab S at your local Best Buy today. Connected tablets not included. Offer valid December 14th through December 20th. Other restrictions may apply. See participating stores for details while supplies last.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Jim George. Jim is the owner of American Cable Services, and he knows all of the middle names of Santa Claus's reindeer.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Rabbi Yossi Hecht will be in the studio. He's the rabbi of the Chabad Lubavitch Jewish Center of Marion County, coming in to speak to us about Hanukkah and the menorah lighting at the Ocala Downtown Square on Sunday, December 21st.
Join Kelly Fuquay-Hart and her guests on Ocala Magazine Radio.
And then let's talk golf with Jim Beckett. Jim is a PGA professional and our golf teacher.
Jerry Gertz from Florida Kids Helping Kids will be in the studio. She'll be speaking about the Florida Kids Helping Kids 2014 Toy Drive.
And remember, it's not too late to bring another toy to the WOCA studios. Jerry will pick them up and she will take them to the children for Christmas. All of that plus fun with Joe on the next day of Ocala Live right here on the Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
When I started thinking about this year's Christmas greeting, I wanted to make it something meaningful. So here is my heartfelt wish for us all. Good health, prosperity, and the peace to be happy, whatever our circumstances. Remember the reason for the season. Merry Christmas.
WOCA. We are the Source, WOCA.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala Live, front porch, City's front porch here at Mark Prime's Steakhouse and Seafood, and the smoke is just clearing now from City's ears, sticking out of her ears there in the last segment. And joined now by the lady of the house at Goss. Teddy Goss is on the show again with us this Thursday on Throwback Thursday. How are you, Teddy?
I'm great. Great today.
You're all decked out. You're so dressed up.
I'm all decked out for Christmas for Santa Claus.
It's a beautiful outfit. You got the little, is it a fur? What do you call that?
Yeah, a little fur coat.
Yeah.
Jacket.
Not a whole fur coat.
A vest.
It's like the whole thing is, I got it. It's a vest. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's good on you.
Thank you.
So, how's it going, by the way, first of all? Are you getting excited about Christmas?
We're excited about Christmas and waiting for you guys to show up.
Okay.
I've got your names written down.
Got names, and all you dumbbells out there who don't know what she wants. As the Jerry says in the commercials, your mommy wants a diamond, right?
Exactly right. You're running out of time. I think you got, 6 days?
Yeah, well, today's the 18th, right? So we had 7 days. Shopping days, maybe not so much. You're not open on Sunday, right?
Yeah, we're open on Sunday, and that's one thing that I wanted to really...
You extended your hours.
Yeah, after church, and you say a few prayers, you come on down to Goss and Son Jewelers. We'll be there until 5 o'clock Sunday.
Yeah. Goss has been here a long time. You think he might be around for a couple more years?
Well, a lot depends on what happened the other night, buddy. That's a good topic of conversation.
Yes, it is.
Because he wrote a letter, and they read the letter at council meeting, and he came home, and he was encouraged a few days before, but he's coming discouraged right now.
I heard a little rumor told me he had a choice comment. First until after the thing was over. But I'm going to be, it's the holiday season. Cindy told me we should be upbeat. And
actually, I'm really disappointed that they brought up such a thing the week before Christmas.
That's a good point.
You know, I mean, they've talked about it for 2.5 years. Why couldn't they have waited one more month?
That's true.
My son-in-law is on council, and, you know, for some reason, everybody thinks they got to bring all these things up. We had no deadline. It wasn't like we had a deadline of the 31st like we do for taxes.
Well, it only took 50 years now to get that around to this parking garage. But before you get too stoked and get smoke comes out of your ears, like you did Cindy's, you know, we had, if people don't know, John McCarthy is your son-in-law, and we had him on the show with the mayor yesterday. Interesting conversation we had there. Tommy, you have one of those bites handy that we can play, or is it too big?
They're 13 minutes and 12 minutes, so.
Okay, well, too long, then. We
They're
can't play them in a second. We'll play them next hour. She can listen after and hear them. So, all right, let's get that out of the way now, so we can go on. Let's get this going. Got a nice gift certificate here. Very nice cigars. Wow. We're talking major. We better make them earn this, Tom.
Right, you might get that for you. I mean, we are giving.
All right, folks, listen up. You have $150 gift certificate to Cost Jewelers, and you have a relatively easy question. And the first one in who calls 622-9622 and has a correct answer, that's as simple as it is. It's an easy question. Tom promised me he won't give out any. He'll give a rather easy question. All you got to do is call up, mention Goss Jewelers, and tell us the answer to the question. You get $150. Wait, I wish you had told me about this. I'd have gone home and called in. So, all right, you ready to go, Tom?
Buddy, do you want to take callers live on the air, or you want to do it during the break? Because with you on location, I won't be able to screen them. We'll just put them right on the air.
We don't need to even take them. You can take them.
Well, right? I can't take them except during a break because of you, you being on location.
Well, how do you want to do it? You tell me. Go to a break and take some and come back?
We can do that. We can do that.
All right, let's give the question. Go to a quick break, come back, pick it back up, and then we'll give everybody a chance. Now, go to your cell phones, look at dial 622-9622. If you're not from around here, you got to dial 352 and answer this question. Tom, what is the question?
In 1964, what musical group held at one time during 1964, held all 5 spots on the Billboard Top 100 chart?
Top 5?
They had song 1 through 5. All of them were their songs. What group held the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5 spot?
So easy. I guess I saw Doc Blanchard walking across the street. He like he was going to dial. I guess. I mean, there you go. We're going to go to break, and you can start calling 622-9622. Tom, let us know who wins it. We'll take a break. We'll return with Teddy Gallers on City's Front Porch here live at Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood in beautiful downtown Ocala. You listen to the program, The Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
The 5 reasons you should shop at Honey Baked Ham this Christmas.
1. Handcrafted, not mass-produced. No one can resist sweet, crunchy glazed ham.
2. Home-style sides that are as tempting as they are easy.
3. Honey-baked desserts, sweet, yummy, and oh so good.
4. Holiday platters for easy entertaining for family or friends or employees.
5. Gourmet condiments to treat anybody's taste buds.
So why choose anything else? I can't think of a single reason.
Honey Baked Ham, the world's best ham. So get ready to pass your plate.
Happy holidays from Honey Baked Ham.
Located right behind Best Buy, 861-0011.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Happy holidays from all of us at WOCA.
Think unique gifts are hard to find? If so, you haven't been to Downtown Jewelry and Pawn in Bellevue. Frank has something for everyone. Antiques, costume jewelry, diamonds, gold, watches, fine china, art deco pieces, and so much more. Located at 5445 Southeast 111th Street in Bellevue, behind Checkers, a trip to Frank's Downtown Jewelry and Pawn is a must. A little elf told me that the big guy shops there. You should too. And Frank does great repairs.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Hi, this is Robin. May God's happiness, love, and joy be with you and yours this holiday season. Merry Christmas.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala. This is the way to make somebody's Christmas. We had a trivia question for Throwback Thursday, thanks to Teddy and Jerry Gauze, a beautiful gift certificate, which is now going to someone that will make your Christmas. We got inundated with calls. The ones that could get in, which are 8 or 10. Tom, what happened there? You got tons of calls. What happened?
It took to the third caller till we got a winner. The first caller said ABBA. That's incorrect. Mm-hmm. The question was, what group in 1964 held all 5 spots for a while on the Billboard 100 charts? They had song 1 through 5 all at the same time. And ABBA was guessed. That was incorrect. Elvis was guessed. I thought Elvis was a pretty good guess, buddy.
Well, he's not a group, though.
Right. But the answer was, and our winner is Thomas Mosley. He correctly identified the Beatles as holding all 5 spots on the Billboard 100 chart. And he said, that's the same year they appeared on Ed Sullivan, too. I said, I was not aware of that, but thank you for letting me know that.
It is, and he gets a bonus, so he gets to keep the prize.
Oh, he gets to keep the prize. Good.
I get to keep it now. All right, very good. Congratulations, Thomas. And you'll pick up your information, your gift certificate from Goss Jewelers, downtown Ocala, waiting for you to come in and buy your gift. $150 from Jerry and Teddy and Tammy. Thank you so much for helping make somebody's Christmas, and that's what downtown Ocala is all about.
That's right. We want you to come down and enjoy our wonderful store and our business.
Very generous of you to do that. And so let's talk a little bit about what happened at City Council, and I know we're all kind of discouraged right now, particularly people who've been here a long time. And I go back to the day when you and Jerry's parents were still here at the time, and there was only downtown Ocala was shuttered. There were like 3 places that were open.
There were only actually 2 places.
You're in the right place. Yeah.
The right place wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
Duke's Men's Store and Goss & Son Jewelers were the only 2 retail stores left downtown.
Okay.
For almost 20 years.
Okay. And so, why in the world did Goss stay there?
We stayed there because his mother and father started it in 1950. And then it was kind of like Jerry said, this is our headquarters. We'll stay here. You told Ali Guana, I'll stay here forever because I believe in downtown Ocala. And it's where they started, and it's probably where we're going to finish.
See, that's such a key word. In our conversation yesterday, we're going to replay parts of it next hour, about downtown and the failure of City Council to have a vision to pass this, or at least go back to the drawing board. I mean, don't shut it down.
Well, I think they got the cart before the horse. I think it's the baby without the carriage.
Yeah.
You've got to get the parking for the parking garage should have been discussed first, foremost. And once you get the parking situation solved, I mean, goodness, I could have gone to City Council and hashed a lot of things. My business is affected when they have a farmer's market. There's no parking. There's no handicap parking in front of our stores, but 2. There's a lot of issues that they should be addressing, but they don't. And we're as good Samaritans in Marion County. We sit on the back burner.
Taxpayers.
Right. We pay a really good tax on our building. We're property owners, and we provide parking for Mark's Steakhouse, valet parking down on our parking lot for Cindy, because so many people bought that. And Jerry said, listen, you need a place to park at night? use our parking lot. So there's a lot of issues that a lot of people don't know and a lot of people keep silent about because we're the good guys. You know, and they're the good guys too, but you've got to look. Everything has a risk. Every business we have, you have a risk in your business. And we've got to just bypass that for our children and our grandchildren.
You said a key word. You quoted Jerry on a key word. And this is exactly what we surmised at the end of our conversation yesterday with Mayor Ken Gwynn and with John McLeod, Councilman McLeod, is that in the end, you have to vote for what you think is right. And what we need now is people who believe in something. You said the word believe. That is it, who believe in something. If you believe in it, step up and be counted. You know, do something about it, you know?
Exactly. Speak your mind. Don't just stay in the background.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I think Ocala really, all of us love to raise our kids here, but our grandkids and our children don't want to come back here because what is the future for us here?
Yeah. And we discussed that too, certainly. And Danny, who is Cindy's daughter, who was coming home, wants to come back to college. It's a disappointing day, and I hate this because you and I grew up here. We know what this was, a small town, charming, beautiful. We loved it. We want to keep it that way. We want to move forward and make it, you know, something special. And when we step back like this, it makes you think about people who are looking down their noses from other communities saying, yeah, we told you, Ocala just is a backwater town.
Actually, I told Jerry if I was 40 years old, I'd go down to Lincoln Mercury and buy those 4 blocks, and I'd do it private enterprise myself. You know, I'd go get the Hampton Inn Gardens and go ahead and do it myself and not go through government because it's just too hard today.
True. Good point. Maybe somebody will get that message.
I think it'd be a great location for Hampton Inn.
Yeah, and it's worked well in Gainesville.
Gainesville and Savannah, Georgia, my goodness.
Yeah.
We go to Escape on the weekends in downtown Savannah, right by the Riverwalk.
Been there. And I saw your Facebook post about that, too.
Right, it's awesome, you know, and that's what Ocala really needs, is showing the arm.
I was in Savannah in the last 3 or 4 months, and Joni and I went to went to a restaurant, walked around there in the block, saw all the historical stuff. They have that, like a market there. It's open.
Right, the Fisherman's Wharf down there.
And we said, you know, this could be Ocala.
Yeah, we don't have the waterway, but that would
be... No, but I mean, regardless of that, we still have venues. We have things.
Buddy, I have seen this. They turned down Busch Gardens. I mean, I've lived here all my life. They turned down the Paul Newman, Boggy Creek thing they were going to build for sick children. We've turned so many wonderful opportunities away that it's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's really heartbreaking. But the good news is Christmas is coming.
And we're still here.
And we're here. And our hearts are still ticking.
There you go. And you know, and I saw some resolve yesterday from both Councilman McLeod and Mayor Gwynn after the program was over about, you know what, we're not done here. And John said, when the meeting was over, he said he talked to his constituents. They were still standing there and said, asked him if they were for the parking garage, and everybody there said, yes, we're for it.
No, buddy, that's not correct. It's even worse than that. He said it on the record to his council members. And the council members, you said constituents, the voters.
No, right, you're right.
Yeah, his council members who are right there with him on council all said, oh, well, we want a parking garage.
Yeah, right. You're right. And we'll hear that in probably the soundbite next hour. So anyway, as we said, we move forward. Now, Christmas is near, and I love it when all the lights are up. In fact, my wife, Joni, has always wondered why we didn't keep those beautiful lights in the square year-round down here.
Jerry and I say the same thing. And you know what? I think the music and everything, the Christmas carols at night when we get off work at 6:30, it's wonderful to see all the people down here doing the skating rink and the music and seeing Santa Claus. It's great.
How are things going business-wise these days downtown?
Well, I need a few of the ladies to go shopping for you guys to come down and buy a Rolex watch or a Tag Heuer watch. The reason that we stay open later in the afternoon is for people that work later can come in and shop, and we've been wrapping up a lot of presents for everybody.
so people are coming in.
They're coming in. They better come in.
And your hours again, so people know?
My hours during the week are 10 till 6, and then we're staying open on Saturday, 10 till 5, and we'll be open this Sunday from 11 to 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. So you guys come to church and come on down.
Very good. You remember 1964, although you were just a little bitty child at the time. But looking at it, we're flashing back 50 years ago, because the latest news on Cuba being open now in terms of diplomatic relationships, and some travel back and forth, and it's a step toward improving our relationships with the country there next to us. It surprised all of us when it came about. But I looked back in 1964, what was going on, and what was going on. And here's the thing about this whole deal. I remember 62 in the Bay of Pigs, and you do too. I remember actually being on a train going to the Miami, Florida game with Dr. Peak and his wife Buggy, and going through and watching the Army vehicles coming down the main highway. You can see the train, you can see these tanks, all these big trucks moving in, and they were setting up in Orange Groves, because we lived in that time.
Right, and it was pretty scary, actually. Because they were so close to Florida. Yeah, I remember that really, really well.
And I saw a special on it last night, and people were talking about it. I said, yeah, no, I lived that. We lived that. We remember that.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really know what would happen, what could happen, but we lived with the fear of the bomb, and that was as close. I don't think we realized how close it was till now.
Right.
We were really this close to having the trigger pulled on nuclear.
Well, we didn't have all the technology and cell phones and all the communications like we do now that we can find out immediately. But I think, you know what? It's going to be a great thing, I think.
I think it's good. I know politically there's some issues. I know the Republicans say they're going to block things in Congress.
Really?
Can't open trade, whatever, because they're not for it. Some of them are not. Some are not. In fact, one of the Republicans actually in Arizona was on a plane that flew down to pick up groceries and bring him back. So I wish it wasn't about parties.
I agree.
Just about what's right.
People, about people and families.
Yeah, never mind that. So all the things that happened was a boxer named a guy named Cassius Clay. And Tom, there was a famous boxer who lived in Ocala at the time. We've got about a minute here. And he hung around, of all places, the bowling alley out on Florida quite a bit. And I ran into him a couple of times. His name was Rocky Marciano.
Oh, wow.
And I asked him about the fight that Muhammad Ali is going to have with Sonny Liston, who was a big, bad guy. And everybody says, oh, he is tough. And his prediction, I wrote this in the Star Banner because I was working in the Star Banner. I said, what's going to happen? He says, Clay might get killed. He says, Liston's going to beat him to a pulp. He might get killed. And, of course, as we know, Muhammad Ali, then Cassius Clay, defeated Sonny Liston, and history was made. So there's one piece of advice I'm glad I didn't bet on from Rocky Marciano, for sure. President Johnson escalated the war in Vietnam. We had the Olympics in Tokyo. It's funny if you look back all these things that took place. And
how about Hogan's Heroes was on TV? Ironside was on TV. The Monkees debuted in January '65, in about a month from now. You guys remember Route 66? That was a big hit show.
Yep, we do remember that. And good days, good times. Kenny Laws, appreciate you coming by. Merry Christmas. Thanks so much for the beautiful gift certificate. We're live on the front porch of Cindy's front porch here in Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood from Ocala. Stay tuned to
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Being the Culligan Man is not easy because he works hard every day for you here in North Central Florida. Whether you need bottled water delivery for your office, a home water softener, or water infiltration system, the Culligan Man can help you. At Culligan, North Florida, we have dozens of softener and filtration options, along with a host of media tank sizes. Depending on the exact hardness and usage of your water, we determine the size of softener you're going to need. And if you're on city or well water in one of our local areas, the in-home water analysis is absolutely free. If your needs are for the home, call Ocala Water Conditioning, 352-291-5900. For home or business bottled water in Ocala, call Ocala Bottled Water, 352-291-5900. Culligan of North Florida. a proud sponsor of Florida State football. Heard right here on WOCA, The Source.
Celebrate the season with a Rolex from Goss Jewelers, your official Rolex jeweler. We know that the holidays are a time for celebrating, a time to gather with family, friends, and loved ones, to share memories of the past, to enjoy this season's love and laughter, to look ahead to the new year together. And the holidays are a time to remember with a very special gift. There's no better way to celebrate the season than by giving an elegant Rolex timepiece. Every Rolex is created with meticulous attention to detail, incredible skill, and Swiss craftsmanship. Each of its 220 parts must pass exacting Rolex standards before the timepiece receives its crown. So no matter which style you choose, you'll be giving a gift of lasting quality, beauty, and durability. This year, why not celebrate the season with a perfect gift from Goss Jewelers? Celebrate with a Rolex. Come see our selection of fine Rolex timepieces. Goss Jewelers in downtown, your official Rolex jeweler. Nestled in the heart of horse country, just off I-75 exit 354, the award-winning and newly refreshed Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala invites you to pamper yourself in one of our comfy guest rooms. Enjoy our free and fast Wi-Fi, heated outdoor swimming pool, 24-hour fitness center, and our deluxe continental breakfast. Other on-site amenities include a restaurant, putt-putt golf, and a car wash. Go happy, go Hojo at the Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball on WOCA, The Source.
Yes, it's that time of year again. Christmas Days at WOCA, and we are in the spirit of giving. What you need to do to win is call us when we ask you to, and we'll put your name in the drawing. Remember, you can only put your name in once. You may win a certificate from Pac Mail, or one from Ocala Utilities, or one from Downtown Jewelry and Pawn of Bellevue, or Dance Alive, or... So listen and put your name in, and listen to win on WOCA, The Source.
I'm Major George Patterson from the Salvation Army. Please stop by our family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala, where on Wednesday you have a 50% off clothing and bric-a-brac. On Friday, 25% off furniture and large appliances. And on Saturday, stop by to our yard sale from 8:45 to 11. Donations can be made by calling 352-732-4469 and we'll pick it up. Funds from the store go toward the services that we provide in Marion County.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
All right, my intelligent friends, if you get an email from Amazon asking to confirm your order, don't click on it. It's the latest scam to steal your identity. Jewelry experts say the diamond engagement ring is out and non-traditional engagement rings are in. Even if the new relationship started off as a way to get back at your ex, it still makes people feel good. Being in a relationship gives you confidence, and studies have shown confidence helps us get over heartbreak faster.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
We are The Source, WOCA, news, talk, sports, and more. Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jane Metzler. Who's to blame for that cyber attack against Sony?
An intelligence source tells Fox News that the evidence does not point to North Korea as the sole entity responsible for the Sony attack, but rather the evidence suggests a mixed picture. The source points to the sophistication of the malware modules or packets that destroyed the Sony systems. That level of sophistication has not been seen from North Korea in the past, rather from Iran, China, and Russia.
Fox's Catherine Herridge, airstrikes taking out several several ISIS leaders.
Between December 3rd and December 9th, American military airstrikes killed the head of the Islamic State's military operations in Iraq. U.S. airstrikes also killed a key deputy to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the top leader of ISIS. A third top leader was killed in late November.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin. This hour, the Dow up more than 300 points. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Attention men, are you urinating often, waking at night to urinate? We want to send you a free bottle of Super Beta Prostate, made with a natural ingredient that supports healthy urine flow, bladder emptying, and is shown to reduce waking at night from the urge to urinate. You can try Super Beta Prostate free. Only pay shipping and handling. This free giveaway is available while supplies last. For details, just call 800-206-5750. That's 800-206-5750. Call 800-206-5750. 5750.
I can't wait to give you your gift.
Me too. And I don't want to brag, but it's perfect. Like 4 million pixels perfect.
You got me a Samsung Galaxy Tab S? I thought we had a price limit.
It was on sale. I'm sure your gift is great too. It's not like you got me a candle or something.
Me?
Nah. Get $50 off the 10.5-inch Samsung Galaxy Tab S at your local Best Buy today. Connected tablets not included. Offer valid December 14th through December 20th. Other restrictions may apply. See participating stores for details while supplies last.
Yes, it's time again for Buddy Martin. Call him up and tell him what you're thinking. But be kind because he's doing the best he can.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry, we didn't leave you.
He's gone? He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma. Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala.
Hoo-ah! You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
Welcome to hour 2 of the program, live from downtown Ocala. Coming up in just a moment, we'll be talking with Angie Lewis. She has a special guest, Alex Steliganis, member of the University of Tampa National Championship Volleyball team. Meanwhile, we're going to continue on with our theme of the news this week regarding City Council voting down the idea to have a hotel and parking garage. And yesterday, we had a conversation with Mayor Kent Gwynn and Councilman John McLeod talking about that. And here's what they had to say.
Some folks upset about the decision last night of City Council by a vote of 3-2 to vote down the proposed hotel for the square. We have the mayor of Ocala, Kent Gwynn. His coffee with the mayor segment is over. He's agreed to be held over. Councilman John McLeod has agreed on his busy schedule to come in and hang with us this hour. And we're going to open up telephone lines to you if you would like to comment. I asked the questions. If you haven't heard, go to ocala.com and read the story. We'll give you most of the pieces here. We'll fill you in on the details. The deal was voted down last night, and it's dead. That's it. The parking garage, maybe we'll find out. Mayor Gwynn and Councilman McLeod, we were talking last hour about what now and what can be repaired and where do we go forward on this project for downtown. And Kent Gwynn, I'd like you to elaborate if you don't mind. You said this during the break. I don't want to violate your privacy here, but you made a good point about if this is what people want, then we might as well give everybody their money back and say, forget about all the plans for downtown Ocala. Of course, you were being sarcastic. But I mean, that is kind of the way some people do feel about the whole thing. Of course, we never want that to happen. No. But your point's well taken, is that when do you step up and realize you have an asset, and what are you willing to invest in that asset?
Right. No, I mean, I think the time's now, like Councilman McLeod said, let's double down. I'm not going to, like I said, I put 15 years into this on council. I put 10 years into it, with the master plan. It was 2003, now 11 years. I'm not going to quit till this is done, okay? John said he can put him in grave, kill him before it's done. But till it's done, I guess you and I are going to have a
or vote me out.
Grave, yeah, me too. Gravesite next to each other because I'm the same way. This has got to be done.
Now, see what you just said there.
Buddy, if people want to call in, we need to give them the number, 622-9622, if you got an opinion on this subject.
Yeah.
622-9622.
Mayor King Gwen, Councilman John McLeod. What you just said there, though, is refreshing in a way to people who are accused politicians, quote unquote, and I don't consider you necessarily a politician, John. You're kind of new at this game, but still say, well, all they want to do is have a lifetime of a career as a politician. Of course, you're making what, $200 a month now? Is what you make?
Back to 200 from 250.
Yeah.
Yeah. He took a pay cut.
Took a pay cut.
Yeah. But what people want out of their elected officials is to say, I'm going to do what I believe in and what's right, even if it costs me my job. That's what I want out of my councilman. That's what I want out of my mayor. That's what I want out of my governor. And that's what I want out of my congressman. Right, what you just said right there.
Well, I don't take it personal if somebody disagrees with me, but I think I've got a vision for what I'd like to see to happen. And, if that's not the vision of the citizens, then that is what they should do, is vote me out. Yeah. But right now, I think we need a parking garage. That's step one, and we need to really double down and focus on that.
I guess people would ask the question, so what is the vision for downtown? Kent, you've had this conversation on this program a lot. We talked about Vision 2035. 2035, I'm sorry. I've lost track of time. So often, the grand plan. It seems like and feels like we talked about that a lot more 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And with the new city manager coming in, all the plans that were thrown out there. John, it's before you were in office, but so much was being done to, reinvigorate downtown. It felt like something was going on. My question is, how do we recreate that feeling so that people realize there is something going on? John, you said last hour we're making progress, and I said to you, yeah, but it's not visible to a lot of people.
Well, we got to get perspective here. We didn't win the battle that I think we needed to win last night, but if you look over the old Sprint building, condominiums are being built, and that is one part of the puzzle, and we will have housing downtown. And we didn't get everything we wanted in the last 6 months, but we've got that. Now if we get our parking garage, then the chamber site can be developed, and the rest of downtown will have plenty of parking.
Well, let me clarify something. This 2035 vision plan has absolutely nothing to do with the downtown. The master plan that was done in 2003, it was adopted as part of the 2035 vision plan. Right. So when they did the 2035 vision plan, I said, we're not going to do anything to redo or reinvent what we've already done with the master plan, with the 2035 vision plan. Leave that alone. Just take the master plan and adopt it as part of the 2035 vision plan. We as a community came together. We spent 6-8 months, talking about what we wanted downtown. I said last night, we all said when we did the master plan, we said we had a great downtown. We just tore it down. Now we want it back.
Like that. We have people calling. If you would like to call and get in the conversation, and by the way, if you don't agree with us, that's fine too. If you say, no, they did the right thing voting it down, let's hear from you. Dialogue is what's important here. 622-9622. Tom, we have a caller.
We do. We have Jim, who is a transplant. He just moved here within the last 2 years from Wisconsin. Hi, Jim. How are you today?
I sure did. Thanks so much. Really enjoy your program. Thank you for having it.
Thank you.
I was an elected official in Wisconsin for many years on a city council level and president of the city council, and on a major city. We've gone through these same things. Parking, it's almost like a script. Parking garage, hotel, so forth. We did do that, and we had some of the same problems that you're experiencing here. The only difference I'm seeing down here, and again, I'm naive, just been here a couple years, is there seems to be a lot of third-party political meddling, more so. I think that, in my opinion, I want the guest comments that tend to mess up the works. Maybe outside forces, maybe different influences. There just seems to be more of a good old boy system down here than I'm used to, and just curious if that had a big effect on it.
Good question,
Because it's
gentlemen.
ridiculous not to do it.
Yeah, gentlemen, let the mayor and the councilman address that, and I'll give you my 2 thoughts, 2 cents.
Go ahead.
Well,
Thanks, Jim, for your call.
Well, if you want to hang on,
Thank
that's
you.
fine. Okay.
Well, I hesitate to use the word meddling and hesitate to use the word good old boy because that's really not the proper term.
WCA.
But people with some
call
pretty
it who's
strong opinions, try to
all I
control
wanna say is-
what's going on. Go ahead.
No, that's the next caller. Go ahead. You're good. Tom had the wrong button up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, to me, it's not as much as the good old boy system as much people get very partisan about how they feel and they try to take control of a situation.
So meddling and third party. I wish I had an explanation of that. Good old boy can mean a lot of different things. It can mean
I don't like the good old boy term.
I mean, I think somebody says generational. It is generational. I see nothing wrong with having people who've been here a long time partner with people who are new. Like Jim would be a guy.
Absolutely.
I wish Jim would get involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you're listening, Jim, come on down and let's talk. I mean, here's a guy as a resource who had a job in a bigger city someplace, who's had these experiences. I'd love to hear from Jim.
Well, let me say this. My family's 5-6 generations.
Yeah.
We lose track of once we get back over 100 years. But Jim's been here a couple of years. You know what? Doesn't make any difference. We're all people from Ocala, Marion County.
But I can see why people like Jim do feel that way.
Absolutely.
Because you can feel like an outsider in Ocala really easy, if you're not from here. And yet, when you really get involved, you find that, familiarity is a big plus. But there are people here that embrace you as much as if you've been here 20 years. Jim's welcome. When I was in high school, my 2 best friends were one from Canada, one from Texas, and they were just moved to town. So, I mean, there is good old boyism in every community. I think the point he's making, though, and I'll let you speak, Mayor, is that it feels like there's some backroom meddling going on someplace. And there was this move. I don't know. What do you think, Mayor Gwen?
There was no backroom meddling.
No. I'm saying people who it feels like there was some. So what does he mean by third party?
He means backroom meddling, like people who didn't want it downtown getting to some people and saying this is why you should vote one way or the other. In instances, trying to sway votes, a third party getting in to try to sway a vote one way or the other.
And that's part of it. I mean,
right, of course. But that's what he's saying.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. But what you need to do, though, as far as being, a leader, is just say, okay, thank you for your opinion. Now I got to figure out what's the best thing to do for Ocala, Marion County. The opposition may be great, and there will always be opposition to anything we do downtown.
Okay.
Let me before we take this caller we got online, let me say, if you're going to call in just to scream and cuss and say people are idiots and all for wanting this downtown,
we'll put you on there.
Don't waste the dime.
Here we go. Who we got?
We got Tim on line 1.
Hi, Tim. Thanks for calling. You're on with Mayor Gwen and Councilman McLeod.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hey, Tim.
You're on. Go ahead, Tim.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to tell you, the idea sounded really good to me, and it still does. But what kind of got me was that full-page ad on the Star Banner. Now, I don't know if it's 100% correct or not, but there was some valid information on there that wasn't shared prior to that. And I don't know as I can go along with all the incentives and tax breaks and requirements that the builder wanted to get that job done.
Well, first of all, Tim.
And as far as the previous caller's comments, I'd have to take exception to the comment that he made about, we as elected officials have to think about what's best. And I think that's what's wrong with our country right now is, no, you actually have to listen to the people that elected you and heed the word that the voters are telling you to do and course of action to take, not just go off on your own and make decisions that you think are best.
That's
all I have to say.
Mayor, hold on. Let's say the mayor and the council member.
Hold on. Let me respond to that real quick. The ads in the paper, about 90% of what you read in there was incorrect. So as far as doing what's best, who do you think we're doing it for? We're doing it for the people. It's what's best for the people. It's what they want. We spent 6 to 8 months asking the people, what do you want for downtown? They all came together and said, council, here's what we want. We had a great downtown. We tore it down. We want it back. Here are the things that we want. So we're doing what the people want. We asked them, what do you want? So they're telling us, and we're doing what's best for Ocala, Marion County.
Councilman?
Well, the ad in the paper was from a private hoteler in his group, and you can't say that there was $9 million in incentives. There were not $9 million in incentives. We're going to build a parking garage anyway. That's been talked about for 50 years. We're to the point now that we're going to do it regardless. I think last night, after everything was said and done, I got that commitment out of our council.
So there is no real incentives because the garage is built with or without the hotel.
Yeah, the incentives for the developer were in reality 1.5 to 2 million, and most of those were impact fee stuff. There was some cash involved, a total of $1 million. But like I said before, we're not collecting any tax on that property now. They're getting nothing for it.
That was an excerpt from yesterday's show with Councilman John McLeod and Mayor Kent Gwynn. We'll take a break. When we come back, Buddy Martin joins us again live from Cindy's Front Porch at Mark's Prime Steakhouse, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Celebrate the season with a Rolex from Goss Jewelers, your official Rolex jeweler. We know that the holidays are a time for celebrating, a time to gather with family, friends, and loved ones, to share memories of the past, to enjoy this season's love and laughter, to look ahead to the new year together. And the holidays are a time to remember with a very special gift. There's no better way to celebrate the season than by giving an elegant Rolex timepiece. Every Rolex is created with meticulous attention to detail, incredible skill, and Swiss craftsmanship. Each of its 220 parts must pass exacting Rolex standards before the timepiece receives its crown. So no matter which style you choose, you'll be giving a gift of lasting quality, beauty, and durability. This year, why not celebrate the season with a perfect gift from Goss Jewelers? Celebrate with a Rolex. Come see our selection of fine Rolex timepieces. Goss Jewelers in downtown, your official Rolex jeweler. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account, plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Partial clouds for the rest of your Thursday. Low 44 to 51. Nice with sunshine and clouds for Friday. High 71 to 75. Friday night, low 53 to 56. Saturday, high 76 to 78. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Andy Robb.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater.
I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready to update your look with the latest trends. It's the perfect time to brighten up your look. So make your appointment now for those highlights and Brazilian blowout. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marian Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Dad's service to our country is something we're all proud of. He made a difference and set a great example. Now it's our turn to honor the sacrifices he made for our family and his country. As Veterans Funeral Specialist, Hires Baxley Funeral Services helped us celebrate Dad's life, and they can help you too. Hires Baxley is here for you during your time of need or when planning for the future. For more information, call 352-342-9628 or visit hires-baxley.com/visit.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala from the front porch of Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood. We're expecting Angie Lewis, who this time is walking. We usually have a bet about this, whether she's walking or riding, and today would be a day she would walk because it was pretty nice outside, and she just lives, 4 blocks from here, on her way from her location at 416 East Fort King, and her guest is already here. She is no stranger to this program because she's been on our program, Tom, once before. A local athlete who has made good. I want to welcome back to the show Ali Steliganis. I knew how to spell it, too, by the way.
That's impressive. Not many people do.
Yeah. Your grandfather made sure I knew how to spell it. I saw how many times, different ways it could be spelled and pronounced.
Yeah, probably came up with a song or something to memorize it.
So I just remember being on the road watching him play football for the Wildcats, Jimmy Steliganis. And remember the PA announcers in Lake City trying to figure out how to stick it back at us and who knows the names.
I've gotten so many, you know. Gosh.
It's a nice name.
So you can pronounce it.
It's a lot, and remember, for those of you that know how to spell it. Anyways, that's not the point here. The point is, Allie is the guest today. Glad to be with you, and I just read about you, heard about you, and saw on Facebook again that you remember the national champion, University of Tampa Spartans, right?
Yes.
How about that?
It's hard to explain how it feels afterwards.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, and tell me about your road here now. You graduated 2 years ago, and Forest, and left here and went to University of Tampa, specifically to play volleyball.
Yes, sir.
And that program is what is the I don't know what you call it, Division II or what is it called?
It's Division II. It's it's probably a bigger Division II school, I would have to say. Yeah.
And Tampa over the years, from the University of Tampa, they used to have a football team that played Division I football back in those days. And when Fran Kersey was coaching, they were nationally ranked. Anyway, so you go down there with the expectations of getting a chance to play some volleyball. And what were you anticipating when you went there?
I was just kind of hoping to get on the court whenever I could, to work hard and just get on the court and try to play as much as I could. Obviously, freshman year, you kind of don't know what to expect because you go in blind and just hoping you don't, die in preseason. And so freshman year, I could get on the court. I was kind of like, I guess you could compare it to like a six-man off the bench in basketball. So, and then kind of worked my way in some to where I would get a few to where I wasn't necessarily that, and I would get to play ahead of some people. But kind of just working my way in, played at different positions wherever I was needed.
What is your position? What are you? What are you classified as?
I'm classified as an outside hitter, which I play front row and back row. But last year as a freshman, I kind of played middle, right side, and outside, just kind of wherever. But now I am classified as outside hitter.
So University of Tampa got rolling pretty good. Who were some of the teams you were playing and beating?
Well, we played our regular, conference teams, Florida Southern being one of our rivals, which is actually where my grandpa went. And then two of our big competitors that we were worried about this season was Concordia and Minnesota Duluth. And we played both of them in the beginning of the season and beat both of them. So that was kind of a good thing or a bad thing since it was the beginning of the season. Maybe it was.
So when did you know you had an opportunity to play for that? How did you get to that level of the actual championship?
Well, we at that same tournament that we lost to both of those teams, we beat both of those teams. We also lost to a team we did not expect to lose to at all, and so that kind of gave us a wake up call. And as we progressed throughout the season, we kind of used that as motivation. We can't take any team lightly, even if it's a team that's 0-10. We can't take them lightly. And so as that progressed, we kind of just took that as motivation, and ironically ended up playing them again for the national championship.
Who was it?
Southwest Minnesota State.
That was the team that knocked you off, and you played them again and won. And actually, do we have a guest who just arrived?
We do.
Actually, she's the co-host, but she has privilege here, so she can kind of come what she wants to. Got about a minute and a half as we welcome Angie Lewis back to the show. Hi, Angie. How are you?
Oh, hello.
All those glasses.
I'm so awesome. I'm so excited to see Allie and Amy both.
I know.
Let's see. We said all A's.
I know.
Angie,
That's right.
I told them good luck today with that.
Right.
I can get these A's straight, I think. But, well, interesting good news for Allie's team won the national championship.
I know. I've been following her. Are you kidding me? No, we're so proud of her. We've watched Allie from, goodness sakes, when did we were doing travel volleyball and
carpooling
and running around. Yeah, Alexis and Allie played together. They were doing
another A.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they were doing softball and travel volleyball all at the same time, and we were running around to tournaments everywhere, and it was just so fun to watch. We knew she was a great softball player. We had seen that through Shocker Park, and when she was, even young. But when she started hitting the volleyball court, we were like, holy smokes, look at this. So it's fabulous. It's been fun to watch.
All right, well, Allie's here, Angie's here, and we'll come back for more. We're going to take a little break here and come back. I'm going to talk about girls volleyball. Ocala has a terrific league, and I've told people, Urban Meyer's daughter came here and played one summer. So explain to me the power structure. We'll get the inside scoop from someone who plays it in the alley, and we'll also talk more to Angie Lewis. Coming up next right here in the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, we're live and local on The Source.
Does osteoarthritis bring frustration with every step? Do pain and stiffness affect your everyday activities? If so, you may be interested in a research study for the treatment of pain associated with osteoarthritis. Rinstar Medical Research is conducting a research study of an investigational medication for individuals between the ages of 40 and 75 and who have been treated for the pain associated with osteoarthritis for at least 3 months. Qualified participants will receive study-related medical care and investigational medication. Compensation for time and travel will be provided. To learn more about this osteoarthritis study, please call Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. Again, that's 352-629-5800.
Hi, this is Randy Briggs of the Briggs Law Firm. My son Bo and I practice exclusively in the representation of accident victims. And we've been asked many times why we would support and sponsor the program Ask the Cops with Sheriff Blair and Chief Graham, who are in the world of criminal law enforcement. Well, these legal rights actually overlap. In civil law enforcement, we're in the business of recovering for victims of accidents that which has been taken away from them and holding the responsible party accountable. Both civil law law and criminal law share those common goals. So we're all in the field of law enforcement, and for that reason, we're proud to sponsor Ask the Cops on the Voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin. So if your family or a friend needs help in an accident situation, feel free to contact us at our website, www.the Briggs Law Firm. We're located in the Ocala Historic District.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jane Metzler. Who's to blame for that cyber attack against Sony?
An intelligence source tells Fox News that the evidence does not point to North Korea as the sole entity responsible for the Sony attack, but rather the evidence suggests a mixed picture. The source points to the sophistication of the malware modules or packets that destroyed the Sony systems. That level of sophistication has not been seen from North Korea in the past, rather from Iran, China, and Russia.
Fox's Catherine Herridge, airstrikes taking out several ISIS leaders.
Between December 3rd and December 9th, American military airstrikes killed the head of the Islamic State's military operations in Iraq. U.S. airstrikes also killed a key deputy to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the top leader of ISIS. A third top leader was killed in late November.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin. This hour, the Dow up more than 300 points. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Attention men, are you urinating often? Waking at night to urinate? We want to send you a free bottle of Super Beta Prostate, made with a natural ingredient that supports healthy urine flow, bladder emptying, and is shown to reduce waking at night from the urge to urinate. You can try Super Beta Prostate free. Only pay shipping and handling. This free giveaway is available while supplies last. For details, just call 800-206-5750. That's 800-206-5750. Call 800-206-5750.
I can't wait to give you your gift.
Me too. And I don't want to brag, but it's perfect. Like 4 million pixels perfect.
You got me a Samsung Galaxy Tab S? I thought we had a price limit.
It was on sale. I'm sure your gift is great too. It's not like you got me a candle or something.
Me? Nah.
Get $50 off the 10.5-inch Samsung Galaxy Tab S at your local Best Buy today. Connected tablets not included. Offer valid December 14th through December 20th. Other restrictions may apply. See participating stores for details while supplies last.
Hey, this is Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Auto Repair and Crossroad Auto Sales. Here to remind you that the holiday season is upon us. And while you're out shopping for those gifts, you're going to be demanding more from your vehicle. So don't forget to get your vehicle a Christmas gift too. Low tires can be dangerous and cause poor fuel economy. Dirty air filters can rob your engine of performance. And dirty oil can shorten the life of your vehicle's engine. Stop by Sunrise Auto for a fresh oil change and a free 30-point inspection so you can keep on holiday shopping with confidence. A gift card from Sunrise Auto also makes a great gift for friends and family. From oil changes to engine replacements, yes, we do that. And if it's time for a newer vehicle, we have a great selection of quality used vehicles to choose from with our in-house financing available. So stop in today at 1800 Northwest 10th Street or call for an appointment 690-1993. From all of us here at Sunrise Auto and Crossroad Auto Sales, have a very Merry Christmas.
The following message is sponsored by Urban Cardiology. Some tips to minimize the stress that accompanies the holidays from giftoftheheart.org. Acknowledge your feelings. Reach out. If you feel lonely or isolated, be realistic. The holidays don't have to be perfect. Set aside differences. Make time for yourself. Seek professional help if you need it. giftoftheheart.org. Helping hands for hurting hearts.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Happy holidays from all of us at WOCA.
Yes, it's Christmas days at WOCA. It's time for you to call in now for your chance to win 732-8000.
Locally owned and operated since 1957. We are The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM.
Back to Voice of Ocala, live from downtown on Sunday's Front Porch at Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood. Angie Lewis is here. Allie Stella-Gannis is home, and we're just catching up with all the news of the last couple of months. Alexis, Angie's Clint's daughter, went to high school with and played sports with Allie, and it's good to see you again, Angie. You've been running around here so crazy lately. Last week I didn't see you at all.
I know.
And didn't talk to you at all. It's very rare we don't get a chance to visit with you on Thursday afternoon. How's everything going down in Fort King?
Things are going really, really well. I don't know if did I get to talk to you since the candlelight tour?
No.
Okay. We talked about it, and Suzanne Thomas came in and everything. We had over 600 people come through the building during the candlelight tour. It was amazing. Everyone was just so super nice and had great conversations. Some people shared some things that they knew about the building that I didn't know, and a lot of fun.
Like what were some of the things you learned?
Well, a lot of people asked me that back section, the section that we're making a residence out of.
That was the kitchen, right?
Yeah, well, I thought that piece had been added on later. Because you had the main part of the building, the 2-story in the front, but then when you come around the side, you got that back section kind of comes up, shoots off the back of there. I thought that piece had been added on later, and I actually had a gentleman, he said no. He said that was an original part of the building, and that's where the big dining room and their kitchen for Mr. Dunn was located. And then he also gave me a little bit of history on the fact that, of course, originally it had outdoor plumbing. And I knew that some of the back areas where the porches are, there's the one on the bottom level has been enclosed. The top one is still open, but it doesn't wrap completely around. And he was talking about, well, look where all the bathrooms are now. They're all on that end of the building. So when they brought the plumbing indoor into the actual main part of the house, they enclosed some of those sections and they had to take away some of that porch area. So that's why all the bathrooms are on the far end of the house, which I had never really even thought about that, So it's just some interesting things. A lot about how much Paulette Milhorn poured into that house when she bought it as a veranda tea room, how basically the floors were all buckled and pretty much condemned, just the amount of love that she put into it to restore it so that it wouldn't be tore down. And that was, I know when I talked to her, her main goal was to bring the history back to Fort King as part of that too. So it was fun. It was a really fun night.
Sounds good. And by the way, it just reminds you look at the things like the Marion Theater, all the work that was done by several different owners over the years, things that were done, the improvements that were made. It takes sometimes several owners to get a place up to speed.
Exactly.
And those who don't want to talk about it, Angie has her office, Angela State Farm Agency, on 416 East Fort King in the old house there, and will soon be living there. And the candlelight tour, of course, was historic. Just to go to the Hops tour that took place. And I'm glad that they had a good turnout. That's
it was
good.
great. St. John's Bell Choir played on our front porch the entire night, and it was magical. It really was just fantastic. So,
quick note before we get back to Alec.
Yeah.
There was a very controversial decision made Tuesday night at City Council.
Yes.
I've had a couple of speakers here on this show already. We replayed part of yesterday's show with Mayor Gwen.
Yeah.
And Councilman John McLeod, and then Cindy came on. Cindy Nicholson had her say her piece, and then Teddy Gauss came on, said her piece. Your thoughts about the decision of City Council not to okay the hotel project on the east side of the square?
To kind of let you know where my stance was, I want the hotel on the square. I want the hotel, and I want the parking garage. What I wish would have happened was that maybe it would have been, when it was presented, we would have had maybe a little bit better plan. I think that it was maybe rushed a little bit at that one meeting. And actually, I've talked to a couple of city council members about this, and really there's some things that should have been laid out a little better. It needs to happen. When you think about, we've brought in all these consultants to tell us what we need to do to our downtown to make our downtown like Noonan and like the places that we've spent money going to and visiting to make it a thriving downtown. That's one of the pieces that's missing. So I think it needs to happen. I think it will be revisited. It'll just be different.
We had this topic yesterday talking about leadership, and some people were very angry and said we need some new people on council. And I mean, look, I think there are arguments on both sides. I get what you're saying. I agree it wasn't fleshed out enough.
Right.
As they say, the devil's in the details. We didn't see much of the devil. we did a chance to see what was that $9 million going for. Because when they break it down, when the Councilman McLeod broke it down, pointed out to me a couple of key things, not the least of which was that lot over there is sitting there vacant, and they get $0 in tax money.
Exactly.
That's one. So when you say they got $1 million incentive, they didn't really, because all that money, is going to be paid in tax, and the fact that the CRA, which has got money in it already, which these people have paid in.
Right.
We didn't pay it. I didn't pay it where I live. They paid downtown stakeholders paid it.
Exactly.
So that whole thing with the money was not well explained. You're right. I think.
And here's point fingers. Right. Clint and I talked about this. Bad for us. We weren't there. So we didn't even go to that meeting, and I should have been there because I'm.
You're right. I feel bad about it too, but sometimes other things take place, and it's just how it is. But again, it gets so close.
Mm-hmm.
People like Allie, people like Alexis, they want to see their town grow. Opportunities come about so they can come back here when they're out of college, and it's a bit discouraging to them. I mean, let's face it. In my lifespan, things aren't going to change too much. Maybe I get to see the new auditorium when it opens. I don't know about that now. I'm beginning to wonder.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives you that impression, and it gives the impression to people that we're backwards here. We don't want to go forward. That's the part I hate.
Well, and I think some of the argument that came from other hoteliers or what we know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Was even I don't think they were fair.
Seems to me it's all about them.
Exactly, and that's why I loved what Shannon Roth said. Shannon Roth was there. Shannon Roth made the statement that when business comes downtown, another retail, whatever it is, it's good for her because that brings more people downtown. So then they see her shop, and then they tend to. So it's not, competition isn't always bad.
Cindy says the same thing. She's all for the steakhouses coming here.
Yeah.
You can't say, I don't want this person to open because it might cost me a couple of customers. This is America.
Exactly.
I mean, there's going to be other radio stations. Fine, open them up, bring them in. That's what they do. I mean, they'll make us a better place. That's okay.
Well, before we moved our location, my building, I was right next to Allstate, right next to an Allstate, Terry McLeod Allstate. We got along great. It was not her against me, or this that's Walgreens and CVS are always next door. I mean, it's just what it is.
Our vision is so narrow. It's like we all have our own little agenda.
Yeah.
We can't see beyond it to think what's good for the community. Anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about Allie.
And I don't know what y'all talked about yet because I was late, but did you talk about the fact that, Allie, am I correct? Did you play 91 sets? Did you get in 91 sets? I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you better than I am. I'm going to stats put it out here.
Yes, I guess so, if that's what it says.
I mean, I'm impressed by that. I mean, you're a sophomore, correct? Mm-hmm. Playing for an incredible school that has a record for being a really good volleyball team and coming in young into the program, and you're getting playtime. You got playtime last year. Mm-hmm. So I think that's quite impressive. And then my other question is, how many seniors are leaving?
We have 3 seniors leaving. One got injured in the beginning of the year, so she kind of didn't get to play at all. So 2 that are really, really impactful. We're losing a setter and a middle hitter. Our setter, both of them are great, but a setter pretty much runs the team. So that's what we're going to be really looking for this year. We're getting a freshman setter, and we have a junior setter as well. So it'll kind of see who plays out, takes that over.
Clint and I were talking about this last night, and one of the questions that he asked was, when you get national championship at D2 level, do you worry about any of the D1 schools taking any of your players?
I don't even know if that you can you go to D2 or D1?
I don't know either. I can't.
I know you can go D1 to D2.
Okay.
You can go D1 to D2.
Yeah, you can go D1 to D2.
And you don't lose any eligibility.
Right, you don't. So maybe you'll lose eligibility if you go D2 to D1.
I wouldn't think so.
No?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, it should be the same as JUCO.
Yeah.
In that regard. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but I know you can go D1 from D2 for D1.
We have one of our players, she actually got Player of the Year this year. Berkeley Whaley, she transferred from Florida to Tampa last spring. So spring before last spring. So she played last year and this year with us. So yeah, that's why I know you can do that. I don't know about the other thing.
Buddy, you can go from D1 to D2 without any penalty, and you can go from D2 to D1 without any penalty.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Tom. Before time gets away from us, you're involved in this. We only got a couple of minutes for a break. Let's talk about the quality of girls volleyball in this community. Mm-hmm. You were part of it. Mm-hmm. Your daughter's part of it. Why is it so successful, and who's doing all this?
I think, I know when I started, I didn't start volleyball until, competitively until 8th grade. And we only have, I think it was one club here, which was called either Brick City or Marion County Juniors. And it was kind of like everybody was there and just kind of like getting the feel of it. And from then on, I think just people really got into it, and once they got into it, clubs expanded, which brought more girls in because you had to have more girls to, support the club. And I think just as more girls became successful with it, then that encouraged all the younger girls that watched them to keep playing. And as time goes on, word gets out, and it just becomes bigger and bigger, which I think is great because I just remember when I was little, I never really paid attention to them. I don't know why. But
there were two girls leagues at one time. Now I understand they've merged. Is that correct?
They did. Yeah, Ocala Power and Marion County Juniors. They've merged their clubs, which is good. And they're doing really, really well. They've got some, and what they're doing is they're producing now these talented young women to be able to go play competitively at the college level. You think about it, school sports, and here's my take on it, is where I grew up at, we had the opportunity to play volleyball at the 3rd grade level. We had competitive school sports, and you played other schools starting 5th grade, 6th grade on up. When we moved to Florida, that was one of the frustrating things with us with Alexis is if we wanted her to be able to play sports at that level, we had to join the travel league. So we went towards this. We did softball because that's what we found here and got involved in. And then as soon as we had opportunity when the volleyball started picking up, we joined in on it. And buddy, this, kids that are involved in, outside activities, music, sports, that they tend to do better academically as well. And as a parent, I like my child being busy. Yeah. I like being busy as a kid.
There you go. Tom says we have to take a break real quick. We'll come back, and if it's time, maybe we'll all get in the game of fake or factoid if we have a time.
I don't want to take Allie on. She's really smart.
We'll find out next. Stay tuned to the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
The College Football Playoff Committee has met, and they've decided. And Florida State is your third seed. They're playing in the Rose Bowl against number 2 Oregon, and we'll have it right here on WOCA January 1st, 5 o'clock kickoff. So join us for Florida State football as they take part in the first ever college football playoffs right here on WOCA, The Source. Seminole football is proudly brought to you by Culligan of North Florida.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Partial clouds for the rest of your Thursday. Low 44 to 51. Nice with sunshine and clouds for Friday. High 71 to 75. Friday night, low 53 to 56. Saturday, high 76 to 78. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Andy Robb.
This weather brought to you by A&A Lock Dock. Did you know that most break-ins happen during bad weather because it masks the sound? Don't be another victim. Protect your home and business today. Call A&A Lock Dock, 352-867-1965. That's 352-867-1965.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Happy holidays from all of us at WOCA.
This year, thanks to the efforts of the Bad Gift Givers Anonymous Association for the Givers of Bad Gifts, better known as the BGGA, the ratio of bad gift giving has been drastically reduced since our last commercial. But there is still much work to be done, and we need your help. Ties and sweaters just won't do this year. Join the thousands, nay, hundreds of thousands of smart people who said enough is enough and went to Ocala Aviation, where they purchased the gift above all other gifts, the present that soars above all other presents, the one that makes your friends jealous that they didn't think of it first. That's right, I'm talking about a discovery flight from Ocala Aviation. Whatever bad gift you were thinking of, stop. We're here to help. Let us convert that bad idea into a great one. For only $99, you can give the gift of flight, a discovery flight from Ocala Aviation. Call today. It's not too late. 861-7484. That's 861-7484.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala, live from Sunny's Front Porch, downtown. Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood. And by the way, coming up at 5 o'clock, don't miss Southern Pigskin tonight. Terry Bradshaw joins us from Terry Bradshaw Football Show, as well as other such noted guests as Ivan Mazel of ESPN, Ira Schofeld of WarChant.com, and Urban Meyer will be on the program. So stay tuned at 5 o'clock coming up. I understand we are ready now, Tom, with some new new competitors who would like to take you on in a game of fake or factoid. So,
Oh, geez.
I don't know. What do you think, guys? You want to go team or you want to play individual?
We can play individual.
All right, here we go. Fake, just say fake or factoid, whichever one you think it is. Number 1, in Greece, it's 5 years good luck for every glass you break at your wedding. Fake or factoid?
I say fact.
Fact. Tom?
Opa. Oh, yeah, fact.
All incorrect. It's fake.
Oh, that sounded good.
The 5 years part is fake.
Oh, trick.
Let's say
for movies.
Yeah, I think I'll fall for that one because of your heritage. Number 2, according to a legend in Iceland, if you don't get new clothes on Christmas, you'll be eaten by a giant cat.
Fake.
Fact.
Tom says fact. Allie and Angie say fake, and Tom is correct. It is fact. Tom leads 1-0.
It's because I'm out of school.
No, buddy, they both missed twice, and I've missed once.
Oh, they missed it.
Here we go.
Oh, you're keeping the score, aren't you? I forgot. We'll give them a mulligan. All right, number 3.
There's no mulligans. I'm beating Angie. There's no mulligans.
Oh, boy.
Are you just like me?
It's
Come on now.
It's personal.
Come on, ladies. Let's go get this guy. You go first, Tom. Researchers analyzed the tweets of 2.4 million people across the globe and found that peaks in positive messages start at the beginning of the day.
Fact.
Yeah, fact.
All say fact, all correct. Number 4, the idea for Netflix came about when CEO Reed Hastings received a $40 late fee for his VHS rental of Apollo 13.
I'm going to say fact because that sounds great.
It's too much information.
That's fake because it was his DVD, not his VHS.
Thomas says it's fake, and Thomas is incorrect. It is fact.
Yay!
Okay.
That's wrong.
There we go. There we go.
So we're tied up, right?
And no, you're one behind.
No, it's
Tom's
2-2. Everybody's got 2.
Oh, it's tied. Oh, good.
Hey, we got 20 seconds before we're out of time, so.
How fast? Swedish Santa Clauses must belong to a union. Fake or factoid?
Fact.
Fact.
Angie's correct. You two guys are wrong. Angie wins the game.
Sorry, Tom.
We're out of time, man. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Allie. Thanks, Tom Schmidt, to all our guests, including Cindy.
The source.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas, and don't forget, if you listen to this on the
Here in Florida, when you're looking to go to the beach, you've got hundreds of options. Theme parks, no shortage of options there either. But when it comes to home insurance, most companies have only one option. Allstate is different. Here in Florida, Allstate agents offer home insurance options from several companies, so they can help you get the coverage that's right for you. And they'll help you save on quality car insurance, too. For starters, safe drivers save 45% with Allstate. So before you settle for just one option, talk to someone with many home and car insurance options. Your local Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
Hi, this is Kevin McDonald, your local Allstate agent. To get your quote, please call us at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations.
Allstate has no financial responsibility to you for any home insurance policy you purchase and would not be responsible for any claims. Allstate does not make any representations or accept liability related to operations of home insurance companies, including but not limited to their financial conditions. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Being the Culligan Man is not easy because he works hard every day for you here in North Central Florida. Whether you need bottled water delivery for your office, a home water softener, or water infiltration system, the Culligan Man can help you. At Culligan, North Florida, we have dozens of softener and filtration options, along with a host of media tank sizes. Depending on the exact hardness and usage of your water, we determine the size of softener you're going to need. And if you're on city or well water in one of our local areas, the in-home water analysis is absolutely free. If your needs are for the home, call Ocala Water Conditioning, 352-291-5900. For home or business bottled water in Ocala, call Ocala Bottled Water, 352-291-5900. Culligan of North Florida, a proud sponsor of Florida State football, heard right here on WOCA, The Source.
Stay with us and sleep better at the Sleep Inn and Suites of Ocala Bellevue, located next door to Don Garlett's Music.